What's going on, everybody? Resale Rabbit here. Can't really say good morning today. Kind of a late start. It's almost 2 o'clock. It's 1:45. Now, I've been working this morning. I've just been too busy to actually film anything. But I want to show you a couple things. First off, I'm gonna hide some of this. I always print my order details from eBay. Whenever I buy something, it's basically a receipt. Much easier for taxes at the end of the year. Also, sometimes you can buy stuff on eBay and flip it for a profit. Let me show you. I just bought this lot of cameras for $20 plus 15 shipping. I see, what's that? 1, 2, 3. Wait, hold on. Okay, the box is empty. It's probably for the camera above it. So 2 Sony camcorders. This one, not quite sure what that is. That might be a Sony. Let me try to zoom in. That is a Samsung camcorder. They're untested. So if we look at his description, lot of 6 cameras for parts are not working. I don't know if they turn on. So that tells me that he just doesn't have charges for them. Probably bought them at thrift stores or an auction or garage sales and just didn't have chargers. Doesn't want to order chargers to test them out. So all it takes is one of those 3. So one of those 3 camcorders to work. They should be between $75 and $100 each on eBay. All it takes is one of them, and I double my money after shipping and fees. The Sony, and I think that's a Kodak. Yeah, Sony and Kodak point and shoot camera. Those should be 20 to 30 bucks each. So if they work, and they probably do, those usually work. And then behind it is, what is that? A Fujifilm Fine Pix. That one probably isn't worth much. So if one's going to be broken, hopefully it's that one. You know, it almost looks like he's got a charger with one of them. So maybe that one genuinely doesn't work. Let me show you. That sure looks like a charger to me. But you know what, worst case, we've got a battery here. There might be a battery in there and a charger. And that would probably cost me 20 or 30 bucks anyways when it comes time to eventually when I need one. Now there's always the possibility that the seller tested them, they didn't work, and he threw them up in a lot on eBay as untested, even though he tested them. It's a risk. I'm willing to risk 35 bucks because worst case, I could probably sell them as damaged cameras and get most of that back, and the batteries and the chargers will be well worth it if I can at least get most of the money back. I need Sony batteries and chargers all the time, but all it takes is one of them to work. So if you are willing to gamble, because that's basically what it is, there's no guarantee that any of those work. If you're willing to gamble, it's worth a shot looking for stuff like that on eBay. I'm ordering a pallet right now of overstock customer return tools. It's $800. There's a 3% fee, so I think he said $824. And they don't arrange shipping, so this is my first time arranging shipping myself. I'm on uship.com here. That's where it was recommended that I ship from, and it's actually pretty easy to use. So I'm gonna go through this. I just click start a new shipment. We're gonna click freight, LTL, new commercial goods, and here it's gonna be a pallet. Hold on, let me get the dimensions. So it is 48 by 40 by 60, and the weight is 1,200 pounds, quantity of 1. It is not stackable, it is not hazardous. Pickup date, let's see, we'll probably go tomorrow since it's later in the day. Zip code, and then delivery zip code 54304. Delivery type business with a loading dock. We don't need liftgate, don't need any of that stuff, so let's get quotes. Let's see what we've got here. Looks like $262 is the cheapest here, and it goes from there. So from here, you just click, oh, missed one, $248. So from here, we're going to click book, and then I'll put in the address information. Now, when you're done there, you're going to get what's called a BOL, or bill of lading. basically that's got all of it. It's like a packing slip almost. The driver carries it in their truck. It shows where it ships from, who it ships to, who paid for freight. It details what's on the pallet or what's on the freight. It's got all of that. They'll email you that. They'll also email you a shipping label, which goes right on to the pallet. Because I'm not actually shipping the item, I don't need to worry about that. I had it emailed to, in addition to myself, to the shipper. So I guess in a few days, maybe in a week, we're going to get a pallet unboxing video. I think this one's going to be neat. Lots of tools, it looks like. Not going to be a long video because it's mostly only a couple of SKUs, but let's get this thing paid for. And the pallet is paid for $8.24. That's for the tools. I'm trying to hide my email address and stuff. Processing fee of $24. And then, of course, another, what did I say, like $248, something like that in shipping. And paid. It actually only took like $400 out of my account. Evidently, I had like $500 in my PayPal account from sales over the past day or so. So I just got a bunch of really cool shirts in. These Polaroid t-shirts, they're actually branded. Just listed those. Listing these next. A Pac-Man one. And this one, I had to keep one for myself. Right here, PlayStation. I kept this one for my, not this exact one, but one in my size for myself. And I will be wearing this in some videos once it gets warm enough to wear short sleeves regularly. I'm really excited for that one. They're all brand new, and since I've got a whole bunch of them, it can be very quick to list. But the margins are thin on them. I paid $15 each for the button-ups, $10 each for the t-shirts. I'm hoping to double my money on them. Might not quite get that much, maybe a little less, but it's worth a try. I really don't do clothing that often. So I am a happy camper. One of my regular customers just bought a whole bunch of furniture from me. It's the deal is $150 cash, and he also takes a console stereo that's broken and would be annoying to haul off to the dump. So I am getting the trailer hooked up so we can bring this. His storage unit's right next door, so we're gonna move it over there for him. I am very happy because that clears up a ton of space in the building. So half of this sold last week, half of it he bought for $150 today, so that clears up some space. Today is a late night for me. It's like 9 p.m. I basically have been running errands all day in meetings, working deals. I might have a good one for you tomorrow, so stay tuned. I will tell you about it tomorrow, whether it happens or not, but I've been working on this one for a little bit. Let's pull some orders. I've got a few sales today we got to get out the door. That's why I'm back at the warehouse now. So we'll get these out the door, and that's about all we've got. This is a really short video. Maybe I'll show you how I pack it. We'll see. I actually didn't even get to list the stuff that I took pictures of yesterday. It's all still buried down here. I did get those shirts listed. I think it was like 15 listings or so, something like that. So let's see what we've got for orders here. So I got a couple of messages on eBay I want to talk about. I am putting a screenshot into Microsoft Paint right here so I can cover up some details. Bear in mind that it is currently April 3rd, 2019. They said, I bought a Firefly phone from you November of 2017. I was wondering if I ever got a refund or what happened with this. Can you tell me the details on that? For reference, that phone was returned. It was brand new, but they said it wouldn't hold a charge, so who knows? I found it at a thrift store. I still have it right here, selling it used for parts. It was brand new, but I found it at a thrift store, so maybe it was stored in someone's garage in the cold that just destroyed the battery. Who knows? But this was November of 2017. So I responded saying that I don't see any reason why you wouldn't have been refunded. We always refund when a return comes back. But then I asked for the date of purchase because obviously I can't just search for this, so I need the date. And then they proceeded to give me the date, November 17th, 2017. So I'm going to go into PayPal and see if it's possible to even find something that old. I mean, we're talking 18 months ago. Ish. 18 months ago-ish. I know someone's going to try and correct me on that. So it looks like I can probably find it. Let's see if we can get... Whoa, where'd that go? The next thing, remember this camera bundle? Well, I just got... right there, this message. Hello, the Samsung camera is not available. Let me know what you want to do. So after I bought it, they took that Samsung camera out. So I sent them a message and basically said, do you have any other cameras that you can put in its place? We'll see what happens there. I have no idea why that camera wouldn't be available, but who knows. So here are my two sales from November 17th of 2017. That is not a phone, and that is not a phone. It looks like I can search by order ID, eBay item number, even name, so I asked for those. I can also search by email, but asking a buyer on eBay for their email, probably not a good idea. eBay might think we're trying to do a transaction off of eBay. So we'll see if they respond today. I'll let you know what happens. In the meantime, let's pull some orders. Never mind. So the guy with the cameras that had the missing one said this is all he has left of camera stuff. So I said throw in that charger and a partial refund of $10. We'll see what he says. We've got 5 orders here for a total of $121. Not a great day, but better than nothing. For starters, we've got a camera. Is it this one? No. What about this one? $328. This camera is defective. I sold it for parts or repair. It eats tapes. I got $30 shipped for it. Next, I sold another pair of cleats, the size 7. These guys here. It's a kid size, so I didn't get a lot for them. I'm going to try to ship these via the cubic rate. I might be able to fit them in a shoebox. I got $25 shipped for them, but it shouldn't cost too much to ship. So I was just spinning around talking, and I realized that probably makes you dizzy, so I'm starting over. I paid $10 for those shoes, if you remember. Sold them for $25, so I'm probably only going to make like $3 to $5 profit. But I did buy all these shoes sight unseen, so honestly, any amount of profit is good. I made $30 on the last pair that sold, tripled my money. So next sale is right on the end here, this adding machine. I sold it for $25. I don't remember what I paid for it. No price tag on it. I think I bought this at Bethesda and Appleton on video, probably under $5. I sold, where is it? Here it is. An ink cartridge, HP02. This one is in fact in date. So I talk about expired ink all the time, how you can sell it on eBay. This is one, if you ever see the O2, do not sell it expired because the printers will reject it. There's a handful, like 4 or 5 different ID numbers that HP printers will reject if they're expired. Learned that the hard way when I sold a brand new printer and it got returned because it didn't work. Turns out the reason it didn't work is because the ink was expired. So yeah, HP O2 is one you don't want to sell. I don't remember what the others are. I think there's, I think HP's website, there's some website that has it. That's how I learned about it. Oh, and I got $10.99 for that. I think I probably paid $2 or $3. Probably on video. I think I bought it. You know, I may have even bought that in Milwaukee. I really don't remember. Next sale is this iPod Nano. Sold it for $30. Now, the way I look at it, I got this for free. I bought a box full of barcode scanners and found this in the bottom after I had already bought it. There was some other electronics thrown in too. This was in the bottom. And I well over made my money back on that box. I think I spent like $50 and so far I have like 400 in sales off of it. So that is today's sales. Let me show you how I ship it out. First things first is the ink. Pretty cut and dry. We're going to throw in a bubble mailer. It's going to go first class because I guarantee you that this is going to be under a pound. This might be under 4 ounces. 4 ounces is the cheapest it can ship. Anything under 4 ounces goes the 4 ounce rate. Next, we've got the iPod. I'm not going to throw this. We are going to take 2 sheets of bubble wrap, throw it in the middle here. We're just going to wrap it up good. And then we grab our stretch wrap, go over it a couple of times. And then because I still don't want to ship it in a bubble mailer, we're going to put it in a box. This is the 6x6x4 eBay box. By the way, it is the 3rd day of the quarter, so that means we can get more eBay stuff, branded materials, if you have an eBay store. So this will get dropped right in there. And then I will grab a sheet of this craft paper. drop it in. That just keeps it from shifting around. Good to go. This will also be under a pound. I'm going to guess probably about 5 to 6 ounces. After that, we've got this adding machine. Not going to throw this one either. We are going to wrap it up in bubble wrap. The cable is like zip tied to the thing. That's just how it came from the store. So we're going to do this. That way the prongs aren't going to mess up and cut through the bubble wrap. So we're just going to wrap this up here. That's probably enough. And this one is going in a regional box A. If you're not using regional boxes, especially the regional box A, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. The way the regional box A works is very simple. No matter what you put in here, up to 20 pounds is going to ship at the 2-pound rate. So it's going to ship as if it's 2 pounds. So anything you put in here that weighs more than 2 pounds is worth it. It is a limit of 20 pounds for that box. So it does fluctuate. It's not a flat rate box. It is a regional rate box. A flat rate box, if it fits, it will ship no matter where it's going. A regional rate box is going to be a little different depending on how far it's going, but it's going to go as if it were 2 pounds. We will stuff that in there and seal it shut. And they have the adhesive strip right here that you really need long fingernails to be able to get to. Man, that is really on there. There we go. Wow, that didn't work. Come on. These things are so annoying. Back in the day, they used to make them where there was a little bit of overhang so you can grab it. And the adhesive strip is not good at all. So I always add a little piece of tape for insurance. And that is the regional rate. It is okay if the box is bulging as long as the flaps are able to close all the way and the box isn't altered or changed at all. So that is going to go right here. The next thing is going to be the shoes. Now, first thing we're going to do is wrap them in this tissue paper so they look a little bit more presentable. So we're going to put the first shoe in, and we're going to get the second shoe in, and we're going to tuck this down. Now, hopefully it fits in here. This is another good one, the Priority Mail shoe box. Does it have... Well, just Priority Mail shoe box. Sometimes they have a skew or something. We'll see. Hopefully it fits. Because this does go the cubic rate, which is cheaper. Alright. Let's see if she fits. Oh, that is perfect. Look at that. Now we're going to cut this box down a little bit. Just grabbing my knife here. And the way to do that is to go right in the corner where the top of the item is and slice it right up the side. And now, if this was an odd shape, you would want to score the edges, but because this already has hard edges, we can just fold them in. And this is going to be way too much. It's some overhang. So let's just remove that. Now, one final trick. This is a Craigslist Hunter tip. You marry the corners. I guess people who do wallpaper do this. So you cut like that. This is going to come off. And then underneath, that is going to come off. And then look how nice this meets right there. So we are putting the shoes in there. And for those wondering, it is allowed to alter these priority boxes as long as it's not a flat rate box. If it's just a regular priority box, you can alter them, you can change them, you can telescope them. This is coming direct from USPS. All right, this one is good to go. We have one more item left. That is going to be this camera. And that is going to be very simple. We are going to bubble wrap this nice and neat. My bubble wrap's off center here. All right, nice and protected. Stretch wrap that on. I like to stretch wrap instead of tape because to me that's quicker than taping it, and it's easier for the buyer to open as well. Now, next one is this box. This is a priority mail. Let's see, box 4. This, I've never actually bought these boxes. I had something shipped to me in this box, and I love the size. So we are going to shove the camera in here. We'll grab some more paper. Put some in there just so the box doesn't crush in on it. It's not going to shift around without it, but... Alright. Put a little on the top just so the top doesn't kind of fold in on itself. Flip it around the other. I have a thing, I don't know if other people do. Tape this up. When I seal a box, the top and bottom need to be in the same orientation, so the tape end is on the same side. I can't have this going up like that, and then the other one going across like this. That bothers the heck out of me. So, anyways, I am going to order some of these boxes. Box 4, priority mail. So that is the last item. Let's see how much it all costs. Don't you just love girlfriends? They come to your warehouse when they're bored, they grab your tape measure and play around with it, and then walk off with it, and nobody knows where it is anymore. So I had to borrow this one from another workstation, and that means I need to put it back, meaning I need to go buy a tape measure. Wait, I don't need to buy a tape measure. 3 videos ago-ish, I found like 5 of them in the rabbit van. All right, so we are on pirateship.com. We are going to ship this out. We are shipping it cubic, meaning we're shipping it based on the size and weight. So this is 11, or the size rather than the weight, I guess. Kind of both, really. Anyways, it is 11 inches by 8 inches by, that looks like 5 1/4. 11 by 8 by 5 1/4. And it weighs, let's get her on the scale here. It weighs 1 pound, 9.8 ounces. So 1 pound, 10 ounces. And we're gonna get rates here. And this is gonna cost, that doesn't go cubic? Huh, interesting. So this is gonna cost $10.23. I'm a little surprised it's not going cubic. I thought those always went cubic. Pirate Ship has really gotten bad lately. They're sometimes even more expensive than eBay. Sometimes you save a little bit, but I really don't use them that much anymore. That didn't go cubic for some reason. So I'm just back in eBay. I put it in 1023. Now we've got the sharp. Let me quick. What I like to do is throw the zip code on the box. That way I can find where it's going when I look at the label. All right, next is the adding machine. This one is going to go Regional A. So this costs $8.76, and that is going there. Next, we've got the HP ink cartridge. Let me get my scale going again. That weighs 2.2 ounces. So at the 3 ounce rate, that's going to be $2.68 to ship. Next, we've got the Sony Handycam. That's going to Florida. That is 2 pounds. Oh, 2 pounds, 1.9 ounces. So let me switch to priority here. Let me show you why the Regional A box works. That is the 2 to 3 pound rate, which is $11.80. But the Regional A box is $9.70. So you're saving a couple bucks. So we're gonna grab a regional A box here and drop it in there. So slight change in how we're shipping this item. Where is my box cutter? Found it. All right, we are going to pop this open here. This is not the best way to ship it. All right, we are gonna put it in the regional A. I don't need that paper anymore. I want to grab an air pillow and put it in there. So we're just going to stuff these in here. Ooh, little much. Here, let me quick rearrange that. There we go. Nice and snug. And this guy, regional A, is going to be, what did I say? $9.70. All right, and lastly, is going to be the iPod Nano, which weighs 4.3 ounces. So 5 ounces. That's going to cost $3.49 to ship all the way to California. So a grand total of $35.16 on this stuff. So the seller with the cameras that I bought, that I guess lost one of them or whatever, he agreed to my terms. $10 partial refund, and he threw in that little charger. So we did get one more sale while we were shipping all that out. So let's go. 2 more sales. We had 2 more sales while we were shipping all that out. First sale, kind of sad to let it go, with this Hawaiian license plate. I actually bought this for $5 at Bethesda. I don't think that was on video. I bought it for myself. Something that I thought was cool. How often do you see a Hawaiian license plate? But then I thought, how often do you see a Hawaiian license plate? Maybe it's worth something. Looked it up on eBay, and I mean, they don't go for crazy money, but they're worth a few bucks. Listed it for $20 because what do I need a Hawaiian license plate for? Took a best offer just now, $15. They offered $10. I counted at $15. They accepted, and it was a viewer. This was purchased by. So I filmed the whole thing with the license plate here, thanking the person for buying them, and I realized I used both their first and last name. It's a person who has 2 first and last names, and I was a little confused by it, thinking maybe it was 2 different people who share an account or something, because there was also a third name that looked like a last name. But when I printed out the shipping label, the third name was gone, and it was just the first and last name, which I thought were both first names. So also, it was just an initial, so maybe this person wants to be a little bit more private, which is understandable. So thank you, E, for purchasing that license plate. I really appreciate it. Matt bought this. This is Sears Follow Me. It's basically the Sears version of Simon from back in like the 70s. I think this is from the 70s. So Matt made an offer of $9.37, which I accepted because I got this for free, and it's been sitting online for a while, and it's really not worth much. That's probably about what it's worth. I don't remember what my original price was. It was probably like 12 or 15 bucks. So I certainly appreciate the orders of both of you. I'm not sure if any of the other orders were from viewers. If it was, well, I appreciate you as well. I just don't know because you didn't tell them. Anyways, I did have one more order from a viewer. Hasn't paid yet. I accepted an offer, so we will talk about that. I'm assuming they'll probably have it paid for by tomorrow. Let's get these shipped now. All right, we're starting with this license plate. Very quick and easy to ship out. I put it in this record mailer. Let's put it this way, actually. These are made for records. Highly recommend you get them, though, because they are great for certain size books. They're great for magazines and license plates. Really anything that rough size and shape. All right. And then we'll add one more for good measure. There, that took half a second to do. It's gonna go first class. Whoops. Next, we've got this guy. Now, one concern I have with this are these tabs. If I just threw this in a bubble mailer, maybe they survive, maybe they don't. That's something I don't want to just risk it. But if I put it in a box, it's gonna bump up to priority mail. So what I'm going to do is just put an absolute ton of bubble wrap on it. we are going to bubble wrap it until I can no longer feel those pads, or those tabs rather. Yeah, I can still feel those poking their way through. Put a couple more layers on, and now can't feel it anymore. So we are going to get this stretch wrap on it. And we're just going to drop it in a bubble mailer. It will go first class. Sometimes the stretch wrap, if it's tighter, makes it difficult to slide in. I forgot my cards. So in case you're wondering what's on these cards, it's nothing fancy. It's got my website, which I probably haven't updated in 4 years. It's got YouTube, Periscope. Haven't used that in probably 4 years. Does that even exist anymore? Facebook and Reddit, which I don't really use either of those very often. But hey, I've got them, so I might as well toss them in. So we'll throw this in a bubble mailer. And I don't know what I'm grabbing the tape for. Matt, if you could leave a comment when you get this, I'm curious how these bubble mailers look when they're done. Does it still look nice and clean like this? Do these hold up well? Because I mean, when I receive stuff in this, they usually look good, but who knows? Anyways, here is your thing. Now, I really don't want to open this up, so... Well, hopefully that card stays in there for you. If not, I apologize. I just slipped it. You know what? We're going to ensure that it stays in. We're going to throw a layer of tape around the outside. I don't normally tape boxes like this, but I just kind of tossed that card in. Oh man, my tape folded over. So a lot of people will actually put tape on the edge of boxes like this. I never do. But now I did. So now your card won't fall out. So the license plate costs $3.85 to ship, and the Simon game costs $3.36. By the way, just got my partial refund on those cameras. So ultimately now I spent $25 shipped on those cameras, and also got a battery charger. So everything minus the Samsung camcorder, which is a bummer because the Samsung one was one of the ones I was hoping was working, but we've still got 2 Sonys, and then we get the point and shoots. And by the way, that charger is one that I use very often. I feel like I'm buying one of those, once every month or so. So, for cameras that I'm testing and selling. And I pay about 10 to 15 bucks for those. So that is almost half of what I paid for everything. So that is it for today's video. I'm going to get these dropped off at the post office, and I'm going to go home because it is late. Ooh, it's late. Tomorrow's video has the potential to be a really good one. Maybe even have a clickbait title. I haven't done a clickbait title in a while. That's if this deal pans out. I will know without a doubt tomorrow if this deal that I've been working on will happen or if it won't happen. And I'm going to tell you about it either way, whether it happens or not. But it's all going to happen tomorrow. So stay tuned. See you tomorrow.